Guys, welcome back to another video here. We're actually at the unit today and I wanted to talk about something really important. It involves inventory reconciliation, and kind of at the end of every few months, what we like to do is go through the inventory that we have here in the unit and we compare it against what's listed on eBay. And I want to show you guys a couple really interesting things because there's some items that we found that have no listings on eBay. And we have other items that say they're listed on eBay and they're not here. So it's one of the really important things to do when you have a store of this size is to go through all of your items and actually make sure that they're all listed on eBay, or the eBay listings for items actually exist in real life. So we're gonna take a quick look at my plan here to actually go through all the items and get them all updated into our system, in our inventory system on eBay, and make sure that everything lines up perfectly. So this is just going to be a quick video, but I wanted to briefly break down one of the projects I was working on here over the last week, which was relabeling all of these red shelves. They were all sort of random. A couple of them had, double shelf SKUs, and it was very difficult to find things, meaning that all these numbers, and you can actually see behind it, B6, some of them were all different and they all didn't line up. So I went ahead and I did row 1 through, I think, row 16, and I updated them all so they would all match that. And this is just for the shelf section here in the unit. One of the things that we tried in terms of storing inventory were these shelves, and they work really well. We're actually going to be adding another third one right there. But regardless, we went ahead and we relabeled all these to make things a lot easier to find. When I did that, however, I went through every single game and relabeled the custom SKUs on eBay. And what I noticed was that a lot of them didn't match up, meaning that either things had been moved or misplaced, or they just simply didn't exist. There were eBay listings for items that weren't on these shelves. And also at the end of the shelves, after going through everything, I found items that weren't even listed. For example, I've got a couple right here that were just sitting on the shelf, and this is just the beginning. I mean, they were just sitting there with no listings on eBay. Those are never going to sell. So I'm not sure. In some cases, this will be buyers that, will purchase something but not pay for them, and then they end up just not getting relisted back on eBay. Or sometimes, I guess, eBay listings will just kind of end. Maybe there's something, maybe one of them wasn't, an active or good till canceled listing, so they just ended. There are all sorts of reasons. Additionally, maybe we pulled an item and we noticed it wasn't the right one, and somehow it got placed back on the wrong shelf. So what we had to do is essentially go through every single one of the items here with the computer and make sure that, first of all, they're in the right place, and also that they're actually listed on eBay. Now, there's a simple kind of way to do this, which would just be to count how many items are here, do a search on eBay for the SKU, and just sort by the items that are only listed in R1 and see if the numbers line up. That's a good starting point. But even at the same time, we can still have a case where we have 62 items here, 62 on eBay, but they don't necessarily match up. So we will be going through every single one of the items on every single one of these shelves, and then we're going to follow up with the items that we store in the boxes to make sure they all actually line up on eBay. Again, this isn't something they have to do in full. What I'd recommend for anybody that wants to kind of go through your inventory and you have this much stuff would be to actually go through, one shelf per week maybe. And just every time you go to pull items, check on that shelf, make sure it's good. Then do the next one the next week. And all throughout the year, you will have eventually gone through all of your items. I'm going to estimate that we have about 50 to 100 items in the store right now that are sitting that are not listed on eBay. Or also, I'm going to be sure that we're going to find some items that are listed on eBay that we don't have here. Maybe they were sent out, like for example, we couldn't find Project Gotham Racing here, so we looked it up on our eBay store and we pulled one from another shelf to send to the buyer, but that didn't get taken down. That's an example of an item that's listed on eBay that we no longer actually have available. So there's a lot of work to come. You can see we've also started adding these top shelves. I may have shown you guys that before. We've got another shelf going in. We've got more boxes being added on the other side here. You can actually see over here that we've started on a whole another shelf. We've been replacing all of the white bins as well. So all these guys that used to hold the games, they'd hold about 18 games per. We're replacing them with these bins from Uline. These are 18 by 8 by 6s. They hold about 30 games each, and it makes for a much more efficient system. My point that I'm getting at here, though, is as we continue to grow, we need to make sure that we're not ignoring some of the listings that could be missing on all of these, SKUs that already exist, all of the listings that are already up on eBay. We need to make sure that they match what we have here. And that way we're not going to run into problems where we're finding, an item that's sold and we can't find it in the unit. That has happened a little bit more frequently recently, and it's due to this sort of little inventory discrepancies that we have here and there. So a very kind of fun project going on that every business has to do, but we really haven't been keeping up on it enough. So I wanted to come on and make this video just to sort of explain that and why everybody should be doing that and making sure that your inventory is listed and that it's all in the right place. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little video. If you want me to come and do an update as to what we found at the end, I can. And additionally, I hope you guys kind of found some value in this and can go ahead and implement that in your own store. Make sure that those changes are made, and we're going to be going through a lot of stuff here, doing a lot of work to make sure that everything is actually on eBay. Anyway, guys, that's it for this quick little video. Hopefully you guys again enjoyed it. Leave a like down below. Any comments, questions, concerns, let me know them, and I'll try to get back to you guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll see you guys all in another video.